Hey, Coach Tina here with Rowdy Ryder Academy, and in this month's workout of the month, we're going to be working on our lower body strength, endurance, and power to get ready for the downhill bike park season. So follow along for these 3 exercises that you should be incorporating into your strength training routines now. So come June, early June, end of May even, you're going to be ready to shred those trails. This exercise is called side step. So we're using a mini resistance band. So this is a loop. And ideally you want something kind of medium to heavy. We're also going to be adding in an isometric squat during these side steps. So what I want you to do is grab your mini band. You're going to put it around either your knees like this if you want to start a little bit easier, or you can also put it lower, down around your ankles. So I'm going to keep mine low around my ankles to get more resistance because now I have a longer lever arm in my legs. So you're going to find a runway in your gym, house, wherever you're doing this exercise. And then the first thing I want you to do is to get into your squat stance, and we're going to squat down into the isometric hold to start. And I'm going to try to stand or get in my squat for roughly 10 seconds, pushing my knees out, chest up. And then once I've done 10 seconds or whatever you can manage, challenge yourself a little bit. Now I'm going to do my side steps. So I'm trying to keep tension in the band as I step to the side. My toes are pointed straight, so I'm going to go to the end of my room, back and forth. And I'm facing the same direction. So this exercise, I'm working my glutes. And then I'm going to come down into my squat hold again. So whatever I need to do here to challenge myself, come back up to stand and repeat. Do another lap. And I can go back. And with this, I'm not standing super tall. I have a slight hip hinge. Nice soft knees, hips, knees, toes all pointed forward. And again, I want to keep tension in my band throughout this movement. I don't want to let my feet come together. So this is going to be working our glutes, our hips. So very important muscles. So try this one out. And next day, you'll probably be a little sore, so that's good. This is the squat jump. So this can be a really challenging exercise for people if you haven't done this. This is the squat jump. So this is a pretty challenging plyometric exercise. So we're using the explosiveness in our legs in order to get height. And we have to be really soft in our landing too, so that our muscles and joints, tendons, ligaments can softly absorb the impact of our bodies once we hit the ground. So to set up, I'm getting into my squat stance. And then what I want to do is prepare for my jump. And I'm jumping straight up, upwards, not out. So I'm going to come down into my squat and then explosively jump in the air and then land nice and soft. So you'll notice when I land, my hips come back to my squat. So I'll demonstrate from the side. And then for this, you want to do a few in a row. So this is really going to burn you out. So generally, I would say start with 5 to 6 reps. Really work on that explosiveness and the height with soft landing. This exercise is called single leg heel tap. And I like to do this in a couple different directions. So I like to do a lateral heel tap, but also a forward heel tap. So the lateral heel tap is what I'm going to show you today. And that's really going to work on your hips, so the hips and glutes. So I've got 2 sizes of a box here. And at home, you can use whatever you have available. Sometimes I'll have clients use the first stair at their house or even the second stair. But remember, the higher you go, the lower you have to drop. So that's going to require more strength. So if I'm starting here on my box, I'm going to pretend that this is a stair at home. So I'm just going to step onto the stair with 1 foot. What I want to do is it's kind of like a single leg squat. So I'm going to step up by squeezing my butt, pushing my foot into the step or the stair, and then trying to keep my hips level. I want to slowly tap my heel to the floor and then stand back up. So this requires balance also. And again, trying to keep my hip bones fairly level. And yeah, sometimes the balance is the hard part. And then come back up. So also, it's going to really require a lot of strength to avoid your knee or your femur, your thigh bone from internally rotating. We want to avoid that. The stronger you get, the more your glute medius is going to work, your external rotators of your hip, to keep your knee in a nice line, in line with your foot. So I'll show you on this box. So now I'm a little higher, stepping up, controlled descent down, tap, back up. So the higher you go, the harder it is to really keep those hips level. And you'll feel this, glutes and quads, even the bottom of your foot and your calf, just for the balance aspect. So that is a box lateral heel tap. Try it out.